Hey everyone, I'm Mighty Mike, Pickin' Weeds Vintage. We're junkers, we're gardeners, we're resellers that love to travel. It is a Thursday morning before 9 o'clock, day number 3 of a 7-day heat wave. It's been in the low 90s the first couple days of the week. The worst part is yet to come, but good news. Sunday is the last day of the heat wave, and then Monday we return to more normal temperatures. A heat wave is defined as 3 consecutive days of temperatures of 90 degrees or greater. The interesting thing about this heat wave is in the evening, when Kay gets home from work, we're able to sit out and enjoy ourselves out on the deck, and there's a nice breeze. So I've been through a lot worse heat waves, but you still have to take precautions, and that's why we're out here in the garden early this morning. We're going to do some watering, we're going to do some weeding, and we're going to do some picking. Thanks a lot for coming along on this home edition of Pickin' Weeds Vintage. How's your garden doing? These sunflowers are coming up on their own, and they're so big and majestic. They're coming up in our marigold beds. We also have onions in here as well. So these beds are doing really well. Look at these 4 sunflowers plants that came up over here in this bed. Truly stunning. Can't wait till they pop. We are getting some sugar peas that I planted a while ago. There's nothing like eating a sugar pea right off of the vine. I love the natural flavor of sugar peas. I love the crunch. I love them in salads. We're also getting some blueberries, and they're just starting to turn blue. So we have 3 different varieties for good cross-pollination. We are growing them in pots. It looks like all 3 of them are starting. They're just starting to produce some fruit. We'll be definitely harvesting some of our blueberries in the very near future. Tomatoes are really starting to finally take off in the pots. They like the hot weather, but we haven't had a good rain in a few days. I don't want them to dry out, especially when you're growing plants in pots. The above ground stuff tends to dry out quicker than when you put it into the ground. These are tomatoes that our neighbors gave us. They had some extras. And I always like to say gardening is all about sharing. Now, even though it's going to be hot today and the next 4 days, as long as you get these things in the morning and really after the sun goes down, it's during the regular part of the day when it gets so hot. We got some basil growing here that we got from the grocery store. All these marigolds were from seeds. We didn't have to buy any of them. We bought an initial flat of them several years ago, and we keep harvesting the seeds so you don't have to buy them anymore. The strawberries are finished, this whole bed here, but now we're into another season, and that is raspberries. And boy, those really remind me of summer. The great thing about raspberries, strawberries, and a lot of these perennials that come back year after year, you don't have to keep planting them, is they're so easy to grow and maintain. They don't take a lot of effort, and the results are just tremendous. It's a healthy snack. They're good on salads. They're good on your ice cream, your cereal, whatever you're eating. And it's cheaper than going to the grocery store to buy them. If you have the land, we recommend that you grow them if you have the space. So we're going to do some raspberry picking this morning. And when I weed, I like to wear gloves because you can see some of these are really thorny. And it hurts when you touch them. But gloves help you to protect your fingers from the thorns. The bee balm looks so pretty in the morning sun, and this is the time of year when these natural hummingbird and butterfly attractors start to really fill your garden, your summer garden. And what a welcome addition they are to the garden. And if you want to grow bee balm in your area, make sure that you look for your zone. Every state has a different zone. And you just want to make sure what your zone requires as far as when to plant. They're really hardy, easy to transplant, and they're great for attracting hummingbirds and butterflies to your garden. And bees. That's why they're called bee balm. Getting coneflowers. This is the first one of the season. They're another butterfly attractor, and they just look so nice in the garden. And then over here we have some daylilies starting to pop. Daylilies are another one of those where they're hard to kill. So hardy, very cheerful, and the name of them, daylilies, you get a bloom every day while they're in season. Lots of color to your garden. Our lavender's coming up. Looks so nice. We've got the mouse ears down here. See our mouse ears? That's a miniature hosta. And you got the lavender right here. I love how it just spills onto the patio. Very pretty. Lavender keeps mosquitoes away. Did you know that? It's a natural deterrent. All right, let's get some raspberries. Got my stool here. Just overturned an old litter box from the cats. Got my colander. Let's start picking. All right, I got my colander. I'm sitting on my bucket, and now it's time to start picking. Raspberries are so easy to grow, and it's fun, especially for the kids when they go down to the garden. Give them a colander, have them fill it up, and they can eat the raspberries right off of the bush. That'll put a smile on their faces. As you can see, these probably should have been harvested a couple days ago. They're actually starting to shrivel a little bit, and we're a little late. We were a little late last year too. Raspberries come quick, and if you're not paying attention, you could easily miss them. But you see how they can shrivel up if you're not out here picking? They'll dry out, and whatever the birds don't get, they're gone. So important to keep an eye on your raspberries. Make sure that you get them early and often, or else they're going to shrivel up. And dried out raspberries don't taste that good. All right, well, we didn't fill it, but we did put a bunch in here. I could pick a little bit more. As I said, it's going to be really hot today. It's part of a heat wave that we're having now. We'll come back and check on these raspberries in a couple of days, and we'll try to fill a colander full. It was nice to get out in the garden. Thanks a lot for coming along on this edition of Pickin' Weeds Vintage short little gardening video here. If you enjoy these videos, don't forget to bop that like button. Give us a follow, as it helps us bring you more episodes just like this one. In the meantime, I'm Mighty Mike. Happy picking, everybody. Bye-bye. Happy picking. Get it?